Salvete omnes. Nomen mihi est canicus. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the DDO code experiment. I am in the middle of a favor run. And I just finished the Collaborator on hard, and I'm going to go ahead and do the Collaborator on elite. Oh, I don't have a hireling. Oh, I do. There it is. Forget. I need to put that hireling where I expect it.
This must be the Collaborator stepping in from the dark.
Where is it? There we go. That isn't right. Yeah, I'll get to you later, Drexelhand. Okay. Let's go kill this guy. I think you're going to be the one that's too busy, dude. I have not actually forgotten to use Expeditious Retreat. I just don't really need it in this situation right now. I'll turn it on after I get rid of all these guys.
Your stalwart defense gives the Sahagin pause. But
Okay,
you hear
I don't need any. Well, I'll look and see if there's like a weapon or something that's useful, but.
You notice a small chest hidden behind the bar.
All right, let's go. Do my silver roll while I'm waiting for them. Ooh, 750. A treasure hunter's elixir that's completely useless to me right now.
You have weathered the Southwargan storm. Now, after that traitorous Jacoby Drexelhand, he must have fled into the cellar.
He must have fled into the cellar. Where else could he have gone?
Drexelhand isn't here. However, webbed footprints on the ground. The chamber beyond the secret passage looks ancient, predating Korthos village.
Let's see, there's an interesting weapon. There is not. Oh, the pack rat in me just hates to leave treasure behind, but it's just going to fill up my inventory. It's not going to serve any purpose. Not long term, anyway. Oop. I did forget that time. I said I wasn't going to, and then I did immediately. That's how good I am. I can forget stuff in seconds. Alright, this is noticeably more difficult on Elite. Being slightly under level, I can definitely tell. I mean, I'm still going to finish this without too much trouble, but I can't tell a difference.
There. That Weasley Drexelhand has nowhere left to run. Finish the job.
Nowhere left to run, Drexelhand. You can hear that rumble noise in the background. That's an indication that I've accomplished some kind of goal. In that case, it was the onslaught bonus. That's a significant armor boost. I'll run with that for now. Alright, so at this point I'm going to finish what I plan on doing here on Korthos, which is not a whole lot. I'm going to just pick something, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do Storehouse Secret on Hard and Elite, and then do Heyton's Rest on Hard and Elite, and then move on. I don't really like Cannith Crystal, and I don't see any point in doing it again. So the point of this effort is not necessarily to do things the absolute fastest way possible, but at a pace that I can tolerate. And I imagine over time, if I'm not completely useless, which is yet to be seen, but if I'm not completely useless, I imagine that over time what we'll see is that I'll start to get a little bit more efficient, a little bit more used to what I'm trying to accomplish here, and have worked out, which quests I want to do over and over again, which ones I don't. I may vary the quest lists from time to time. So I may try to develop a couple of different 100 favor routes that are quick and easy to do, and that I like doing. And I would encourage you to go to the DDO wiki, ddowiki.com. It's an extremely useful site. There is a free-to-play walkthrough that includes a description of a favor running character build, along with optional pathways to get that first 100 favor.
The protective spell dissipates. All that remains now is
It is a very useful resource. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on Elite and get my, I guess, total of 6 favor. Storehouse Secret, yeah. So each level of difficulty gives you a third of the total possible favor. So you can see the Collaborator on Elite is worth 12, but the Storehouse Secret and Heyton's Rest are only going to be worth 6. So there's usually some kind of correlation with the amount of time that you're spending, but it's not a one-to-one thing. Let's go back and run this on Elite. And then this character will not have to do Storehouse Secret ever again. But I hope you can see how much easier my life would have been if I'd been able to find someone to group with and just let me in on Elite in the first place. It really does make things a lot easier. So please play with friends. Make friends. Right? Make friends online. Am I taking my own advice? No, not really. But try to make friends. DDO is meant to be a group game.
This appears to be the main storeroom. seems the villagers have been preparing for a protracted siege.
Okay, again, just a little bit of a step up in difficulty.
A large
key,
silver
there we go.
Sahagin emerges from a hidden passage, demanding the key. He mustn't let the scrolls fall into
This guy can be a little bit of a challenge. It's not too bad. Let's go see if there's another like great axe or something in here. Nope. Gotta remember Expeditious Retreat. Man. Get this puzzle done, and then we'll do a couple of runs of Heyton's Rest.
The protective spell dissipates. All that remains now is to take and deliver the scroll.
Alright, so that's done. I'm not even going to get the end reward. And make sure it's registered the favor. Yeah, it's registered the favor. I don't care. I don't need another rugged belt. All right.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that strange. Sarcophagi line the wall. You notice something strange.
At some point I might
about
do
the
a
wall to the
video on how I
west.
set up my
If you
controller,
search
but
the wall, you may
while I'm
discover
doing
more.
this quest for the umpteenth time,
What were those cultists up to? A treasure chest glimmers in the dark
so
passage here.
this is a standard
There's a soft
gamepad.
wagon in here,
No,
performing some
relatively
kind of
standard.
ritual.
It's a Bluetooth
Come, dead
gamepad,
son. A magical
and what's
crest appears from the
special about it is
destroyed
it
altar.
has
If you
two
take it with you, it may
buttons
be useful
on
later.
the back of the grip.
Continue to hear cultists about their evil
And
work
I mentioned this already, but
further
hopefully
inside the
someday
crypt.
they will be, you'll be able to map them to unique functions, but right now they can only mirror another button on the controller, but still very handy. How they're placed is very intuitive and
Take care to
nice,
keep your
so
own health.
I
Another
really would
treasure
like for them
chest.
to represent
Perhaps
their
the
own
cultists
buttons.
brought it here, but it's yours now. There's another Sahuagin. It croaks.
So I have
Heyton.
dual analog sticks, I have
Another crest
left and right
drops out
triggers,
as you
I've got
smash the altar.
L3 and R3
Might still be other altars
buttons.
elsewhere in this crypt.
Go away. Normal controller. So I use the thumbsticks to move around. The left thumbstick is essentially WASD, for lack of a, well, actually that's exactly how I have them mapped. And then the right stick is mapped to the mouse. And I have the mouse look inverted. That's a more intuitive way of doing it for me. So that's how I move around. It took a little getting used to, but now that I've done that, it is the only way I can kind of think about moving through this space.
It glows with cold magic.
R2 is my attack, and R1 is interact. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to... Forgot to do that again. That's R1, R1, R1.
Fit the last crest in place, and the magic shield dissipates. The
L1 is jump.
Spits out in a venom. The last devourer altar shatters.
And then normally L2 is mapped to block. But right now I have L2 mapped to push to talk, because I would like to try and group, and I want push to talk to be easy to get to. But one of the cool things about using a joystick is, or not joystick, gamepad, whatever, can be very pedantic sometimes, is you can set the modifier keys. And by setting, I have L3 and R3 set to modifier keys. And so that essentially doubles my button output. And have I redone it? I need to redo. Alright, let's do this on Elite, and remember to use Expeditious Retreat. I'm going to stop talking about my controller. I'm going to summon my hireling. Fight, and then use Expeditious Retreat. There we go.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke of.
For me,
and by the passage, strange sarcophagi, you notice something
pushing the modifier and R1
if you search the wall,
selects, or is essentially like selecting the whatever the highlighted option is in the dialog box. And then I scroll through those options with the modifier button and the L stick up or down. So I have modifiers for start and select. I have modifiers for the D-pad, modifiers for ABXY. Alright, so just as a demonstration, let me put it on this row. So this is Y, X, A, B. So it's clockwise rotation for me. And then starting with D-pad left, left, up, right, down. And that's on whatever active bar I'm on. Right. So regardless of what bar I'm on, I can, whatever the active bar is, I can do 1 through 8. Then, if you'll see on bar 1, for 9 and 10, I have modifier Y and modifier X. And then, also, I have modifier, that was modifier B for my search bar, and modifier A for 9. And then on this bar, I don't have anything on it. I have modifier left, up, right, down. This is the keyboard. This is the number pad. Bar 5 is the number row on the top. So between all of those things, I have pretty ready access to everything that I need to play the game. Is it the most efficient way of doing it? Probably not. But it works for me.
As you slay these foul cultists, take care.
I do have to take my hands off of the controller at some times. I do use the mouse for a few things. There are some functions that I wish the gamepad was capable of doing. I've looked into controller mapping software a little bit to see if I might make myself a little bit more efficient, macros and things like that. I haven't seen anything that just blew me away and, oh, I've got to do that, or, you know, this is the only way of doing it. This has been working for me. So select button for me is interactables. If I hold down L3 and then do right and left on the R stick, that cycles through enemy targets.
In the middle of this chamber is an evil devourer.
So that's cycling through targets.
By it, when the altar collapses, a third crest appears. It glows with cold magic.
Okay, I should have all 3 crests. Inventory is filling up. Go ahead and cast Expeditious Retreat again before that runs out.
A magical barrier blocks the way. You fit the last crest in place, and the magic shield dissipates. The Sahuagin inside spits out.
Kill the caster. Kill the caster. There we go.
These fools who would keep Collaborator shall be consumed by the devourer.
Looking up, the last devourer altar shatters. Your bold action
There we
saved Collaborator and brought the
See if there are any
Sahuagin
useful
fells
weapons in
to
here.
naught.
There's
The
leather.
treasure chest in the antechamber is now
Nope,
yours.
not even close. Alright, so we've got Collaborator finished up. So that's 26, right? It's only registering 24, but it's a little behind. 22, 24. All right. 6 and 6 is 12, 24, 26, yeah. So that gets us to 26. If I did the Collaborator again, that could get me up to 28. Sorry, gotta answer an email. Because, you know, I'm a responsible YouTuber. That one was relatively important. But I could get another 4, so I could get to 30 maybe by running the Cannith Crystal again. But the Cannith Crystal is just annoying. I don't feel like doing it. Got another. Gonna take. Don't ever rage. Strike through. Definitely want strike through. That's more strike through there. All right. Okay, so we'll leave her alone and head to the harbor, and then we'll sign off from there. All right, gratias vobis ago. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a helpful comment, and I'll see you next time for some high-value quests in the harbor. Si valetis, ego valeo valete.